Hello. So using retinoid or Tretin A in the winters is a different game. And the reason for that is that your skin becomes drier in the winter. The skin gets drier and more dehydrated because there is more heat in the house. We're using heaters, we're using hot water baths. Whom are we fooling? Nobody stops using hot water. Whatever effect it has on your hair and face, we still use it. And that's fine. I mean, bathing shouldn't become a stressful situation where you're shivering under cold water. But you can definitely do things in your skincare to kind of balance out the additional dryness and dehydration that a skin might face. Also, remember the air outside is much more drier and harsher at this time. So, changing your skincare with the season is a very wise thing to do, especially if you're using retin-A or tretinoin. And so my skincare changes to introduce a lot more lipids and a lot more gentle hydration. So I begin with the Innisfree Green Tea Cleansing Oil. This oil very gently helps remove all the sunscreen factors and the makeup, both of which are not water dissolvable easily because remember they are sweat resistant, and that is why you need to double cleanse it out. It also helps remove the pollutants which kind of stick to our skin. Those are very, very dangerous, not only to your skin but also to your health. Also, remember to go into your neck area because you have sunscreen over here, hopefully. A good time is 2 minutes for this massage. Remember, these massages are also good for improving the circulation on your skin, so never shy away from using massage. I don't use makeup, so you'll not see too much of sediments, but you will definitely see some of the gand from outside. I'm then going to go in with my favorite Bioderma micellar water, and the reason I'm using this is it's extremely gentle and I want everything gentle on my skin right now. So in with it, I'm going to first remove the eye makeup and then go over my entire face to remove all the leftover oil that could be there on my skin. Why I like to use tissue is because it's just able to pull the product a lot more for the same amount. I think in a cotton, it just kind of disappears and it's a big waste of product, I feel. So this one tissue and a little bit of thing goes a really long way. Now, even after doing a very good cleanse, my skin does not feel dry or parched. In fact, it just feels as hydrated. It's always important to then wash off the micellar water with water, tap water, just to make sure you have everything out and then go in with the next skincare product. As you can see, my lips are really dry and stretchy. Stretchiness is the first sign that your skin barrier might be damaged. There's redness here. There's redness here. And if you see my eye area, there's a lot of swelling and redness. Since my skin is recovering from a damaged barrier, it's important to protect the barrier even more because you never know what is going to irritate your skin further. Even a product that you've been using for years and years together can irritate your skin because the barrier is broken. The skin really keeps the bad stuff out a lot, and so when it's broken, you never know what's going to go in and irritate it. So my first step is always using the Vaseline to kind of form a barrier on the affected area. This will make sure that nothing goes in, nothing goes in. In this particular skin barrier damage that I've also had a lot of scaling on my skin, which means a lot of dry patches over here and here as well. So if there's too much of dryness, it's important to remove that skin so that your barrier is better formed with the Vaseline. The best way to remove that is to gently go in with a blackhead remover, and I'm going to show you how. Take this blackhead remover, make sure you sanitize it. Skin barrier is broken. Basically, the skin gets into extra protection mode and the skin cell renewal cycle gets affected. And because that is affected, you suddenly find a lot of scaling or drier skin over there because the skin is just busy producing more and more cells to kind of repair that area. So helping it to recover faster is what we are looking at doing. I take my time on this because I don't want to irritate the skin. I'm just going to help it of the extra dryness on the skin. So we have all the dry skin out. With all the redness on your skin and the dryness, we want to use products that will help the skin heal while also hydrating it. So my choice is the Serum Absolute from Dr. Earth. And the reason I have picked this is because it is packed with so many good botanicals. It's got green tea, which is extremely calming. It is packed with antioxidants. Antioxidants will help the skin heal. while also making sure that it is nourished and it is calm. Along with that, the Serum Absolute from Dirt or Earth also has the older herbs, the Ayurvedic herbs of saffron. Saffron is not only calming to the skin but also helps with pigmentation. I need a little extra for my neck area. Along with that, it also has these adaptogenic herbs. These kind of herbs adapt to our skin and really help it calm down further. Just what you need when you're going through a retinization process, or if your skin is getting too dry and dehydrated in the winters. It is very, very light, so completely disappears into the skin. You can feel your skin plush out and alive. After I'm done with that, today is tretinoin night, so I'm going to first go in with the eye cream. Now, eye cream also has retinol in it because you want your entire skin or entire face to have the retinol advantage. I never recommend using tretinoin or retinol on your eye area unless it is formulated for the eye area, because this is very, very delicate area. If you're not using an eye cream, just go in with Vaseline and create a barrier over here so that the retinol or the Retin-A that you're using doesn't migrate to your eye area. Retin-A used near your eye area and carelessly going in can actually dry up the tear duct and can lead to dry eyes later on, which is a very discomforting problem. You just can't open your eyes in windy areas. If the fan is too fast, your eyes will start watering, and you can't stop it. So it's better to be careful earlier on. I use the ROC Retinol Eye Cream. I've spoken about it in my previous videos also. You just need very, very little. Now this eye cream will also form a barrier for the Retin-A. So I don't have to actually go in and use another cream. This will do just fine. Since this eye is irritated, I'm not going to put it over here. If you're new to Retin-A, or if you're having too much of peeling, too much of redness, or too much of sensitivity, or too much of tightness, even having a lot of tightness on your skin is a sign that your skin is very dehydrated and is not healthy. You should never feel tight. If you see this area is really tight, my lips are tight, that's because the barrier is affected. It's a very good sign that there's something off with the barrier. So if it is such a case with you, make sure you first go in with your moisturizer and then use the Retin-A and then seal it again with the moisturizer. Basically the sandwich method, which will help keep your skin more hydrated and basically not increase the dryness and redness on your skin, which Retin-A can do or tretinoins can do. So for me, the Serum Absolute provides good hydration and good barrier right now, so I'm not going to use a moisturizer at this point. After this, I'm going to go in with the Retin-A. I just need a little bit. I decrease the quantity if I feel my skin is finding it a little hard to keep up. You can always go up and down. There is no rule that you should always stick to one quantity of Retin-A. Basically, listen to what your skin is telling you and work along with it. Now, with all the talking and the serum, I know some of the Vaseline might have moved from my mouth. So I'm going to go ahead and reapply that. You definitely don't want Retin-A close to your mouth area. You will feel the pain. It's going to get really painful. And I'm going to go in again just to be sure, because it just gets very, very painful to have too much of redness and stretchiness in this area again. Considering it is nearly about 60% recovered, I think in a week's time, it's going to be all good. Fingers crossed. Then I go in with the Retin-A, distribute it all over my face. It's good to distribute it because that way you're making sure that you're getting equal quantity everywhere. This particular cream, Retin-A, doesn't have a lot of slip. So you have to make sure that you're distributing it well. Otherwise, some areas will not get enough. And some areas will get too much and you will tend to get dryness over there. Now, if your skin is well hydrated before this, your serums are nice, the Retin-A actually goes in very beautifully onto your skin. There were questions of, if you push this Retin-A into your hairline, your hair will start falling. No, it has no such effect on your skin at all. I always use it here as well because, we want to frown all the time, especially me. So with the Retin-A, definitely make sure you're staying away from the nasal fold because it tends to collect over here and can really irritate your skin. Same thing over here, and totally avoid it over here as well. Retin-A also has to be applied on your neck, otherwise your skin over here and here is going to be completely different. But the skin on the neck is not able to support Retin-A. You're going to get sensitivity, crepiness on your skin. So it's good to go in first with a moisturizer, then do Retin-A, and then close it again with the moisturizer. The moisturizer that I prefer to use when I'm using a Retin-A, my skin is peeling, there's damage, and it's winter season, the Bioderma Atoderm Intensive Balm. I mean, who doesn't love this particular moisturizer, right? This particular moisturizer is so good because it is packed with ceramides. It's got ceramides AP, NP, and I think EOP as well. I want to warm it up a little bit and then apply it on my skin. Always a good idea. And then it's got cholesterol, it's got a whole lot of oils. It's got sunflower oil, it's got canola oil, it's got vitamin E. Basically, it's common sense that when you want your skin to repair, you need to have a lot of lipids, a lot of fatty oils on your skin. It's incredibly important because that's what's going to repair our skin, right? And our Indian skincare had oil as part of everyday bath. I don't even know why we stopped it. I had to stop it because I used to think I'm too cool to put oil on my body and stuff like that. So getting back to roots, when you're applying the moisturizer, make sure you go back to your ears. This skin also requires hydration, and you're going right around to your neck area and not just here. Remember, these muscles also support our face, so they also require love and care every single day, twice a day, AM, PM. Using Retin-A on the neck area, please use just a little quantity. That's more than enough. Otherwise, you're going to feel the pain a lot. It can get red, it can get itchy, and especially in the day if you're going to be out, it can actually make your skin more prone to pigmentation. So go gentle and go easy on it. Whatever little you have left on your hands, go into your elbows and massage it there. I typically don't need to go in again with the moisturizer, but if you do, please go ahead and do it. And that's the end of my PM routine. I'm going to come back to you with my AM routine in just a bit. The AM routine will need a very gentle cleanser because you've not used any sunscreen, you've not used any makeup. You just want to make sure you're getting the toxins out of your skin. So of course I'm going to go in with the Bioderma micellar water, and it's the lightest cleanse but gives you a very thorough cleanse of your skin, and that's exactly what you want. And just a little bit is enough for you. It helps remove the greasiness of the products that you have, and the amount of Vaseline I put on my skin on the affected areas gets all of that out, and this is a very good job without drying your skin. Post the cleanse, I'm going to wash it off with tap water and then go in with my next skincare product. After I've cleansed my skin, the first thing I'm going to do is go in with an oil. I am going to be using the Kumkumadi oil from Aryaved, the original Kumkumadi oil, which costs you, I think, about $400 for 10 ml. And it's all about making sure your skin has good lipids, good fatty oils for it to heal. It's not only good for healing, but it's also great, absolutely brilliant for the winter season when your skin can do with all the extra help to maintain the moisture levels. And Kumkumadi oil with all its wondrous herbs is absolutely brilliant. I've started introducing oils back into my skin. Since I've used Retin-A the previous night, I cleanse my skin and then put the oil. I just prefer it that way. And then go and leave this oil for about 20-25 minutes. And then I'm going to cleanse my skin and then start my AM routines. Now, because it's an oil, you can actually go into your damaged skin barrier as well. It's going to help it repair even better. This oil gets completely dissolved onto your skin. There's nothing left. It's such a brilliant Kumkumadi oil. Kumkumadi oils have these Vanya herbs which are very, very good for fighting pigmentation. So if you're able to get skincare, which is not only hydrating your skin, but also fighting pigmentation on a continuous basis, the hope is that we will not develop really bad pigmentation, which we're generally prone to. So all the help that you can give it as early as you can give it is the best thing. As you can see, there is redness over here, and you definitely want to begin your skincare by first protecting that area because anything will set it off even further. Vaseline used to be used as a balm for burn victims. That's how Vaseline came, because it was able to keep the area clean and able to protect the area from other infections. Generally, burnt areas tend to get infected very fast. So they used to apply a whole lot of grease actually on the burn areas, and then it got finally refined and came to this form. I don't even know why this was ever considered bad for skin. Now, the first thing I would do after cleansing my skin is to actually start with vitamin C. But because I have a damaged skin barrier and I've used Retin-A the previous night, which is going to make my skin a little more drier and reddish and inflamed, I'm first going to go in with the Azilite 10% from The Ordinary. This is a very gentle suspension and it gets absorbed super easily into your skin. You just need to use a little bit. Azilite is an absolutely brilliant ingredient in your skincare. It helps keep the redness down, it helps keep the acne away, and it also helps with pigmentation because it's a tyrosinase inhibitor, and that's exactly what you're looking for. I'm going to be avoiding this area. My choice of eye cream is the Innisfree Green Tea Seed Eye Cream. And the reason I'm using this is because it's got green tea, and green tea is supposed to be extremely calming for the skin. Just what I need at this point. It goes in exceptionally gently, and I'm going to be applying it on my other eye also because I know this is not going to irritate my eye area any further. If anything, it's going to help calm it down. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to go in with a serum. My serum of choice is a serum which has Matrixyl. Matrixyl is going to help build the collagen, just what my skin needs, and is also going to add a whole lot of antioxidant and hydration to my skin. I have been absolutely loving the Coenzyme 10 Matrixyl 3000 serum from Earth Rhythm, and I think it does have a little bit left. You just require a very little quantity of this serum. The coenzyme helps in energizing your cells to better absorb all the products as well. So, just what you want. You want to hydrate your skin, you want all your skincare to get nicely absorbed into your skin and do its magic. And as you can see, just a little amount goes practically all over my face and neck area. And lastly, yeah, even I want it to end. It generally doesn't take me so much time. It just takes me about 5 minutes. But because we're making a video, it's taking me longer. And so the last thing, of course, I'm going to seal it up with the Bioderma Intensive Balm. Full of fatty acids, full of lipids, full of ceramides. So it'll help build your skin as you go about during the day. I'm not going out anywhere. So this is going to be my last product for the day. I don't need a sunscreen today. It is a little sticky and heavy, so if you're stepping out, use the lotion format of this moisturizer. It's definitely going to be far more lighter. Since it's a moisturizer and it has lipids, all the oils, canola, sunflower oil, vitamin E, and the ceramides, I can put it over the damage barrier as well with this because it's just going to help it over and above the Vaseline to lock in the moisture and the hydration. I hope you enjoyed the second part of my winter skincare series. I'm going to next come back with brightening and anti-aging. Stay tuned for more. I'm going to meet you in the comment section.